Hey, Shalom Akim. This is Rakab Akapash from GMS London, giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Chachwadash. Want to give double honors unto the elders, the apostles of GMS, and Shalom out there to the hopeful one that's pushing his truth in all sincerity. Back with a few articles today. I just want to cover these, couple of bits of news coming here out of the UK. Showing you, man, that Esau, he's making moves and, he's bringing more draconian legislations, man. This is, you know, like George Orwell's 1984. That's what this world is becoming like, right? And these governments are, using these certain situations that they've orchestrated, to empower themselves, to change legislations, to bring about new powers that they can use in the future, you know. And like I said, they give themselves these powers or change these laws and rules, right? Because of these you know, distresses in the earth that are occurring, right? Not knowing that they can be used at any time from after that, you know. So I'm just gonna bring out a few examples here, right? And we had some riots here in the UK recently, right? And this is what they did to this guy, or considering doing, right? To this dude, Tommy Robinson, right? He's just a fucking agent, right? But they're using him as to make an example out of, basically, right? And they're talking about revoking his British passport. Now, the issue with this now is like, because he's always got a British passport, but he's got an Irish passport only, as well, right? But passports, in this day and age, really, is used, to identify you, man. It's a document of identification. Now Esau, he wants to move everything to digital, right? That's the whole thing. Put you on a digital ID database system, right? Because Esau could straight away just revoke or uh, what's the word? We don't want to use here, man. Remove, the use of passports and just put you on a digital database. Yeah, put you on a digital ID system. Like a lot of these other countries are already doing that, right? I'm reading about is it India or Pakistan, man? They got a whole digital ID database going on, right? And they want that everywhere because it's going to integrate with their MOTB system, right? But because this guy is supposed to be some sort of type of figurehead, surrounding these riots, they say basically, look, man, we're going to take away his Irish passport, his citizenship, in a sense, right? Because he can't go there without the passport. Even if he was born there or whatever the case, maybe he can't go there. All right. And so if they could do that to him, they could really do it to anybody. This girl, something Begum, right, been denied her British citizenship, and she comes from Britain. She was born in Britain, and they revoked it. Because she went to, where did she go? Syria or something. I don't know, but she went to go supposedly hook up with some terrorist, right? So they revoked her coming back, right? Revoked the passport, citizenship. So these things have been going on in the news recently with these certain characters, right? So it's not really, they can do this for anything, right? So if this man, he wasn't even there when the riots were going on, but because they saying he basically incited it, right? They're gonna take his passport away. Talking about it, for his Irish passport, right? So if you're involved in any of these types of these unrests or whatever the case may be, you're doing something the government, deem, incorrect, right? They don't want you to, they don't want you to be doing that stuff. They can just take your shit away from you, man, and what you left with. man can deport you. Can do anything, like just ship you off, like Begum, So let's just read it, right? I'm gonna grab some scriptures in a minute, right? It says this is from the liberal IE. So whether this is true or not, I don't know, but I caught this apparently from the Sunday Times. So it's supposed to be legit. So the Irish government is considering cancelling Tommy Robinson's Irish passport over his political views, just for a political view. Like, you have a certain view of the world, right? Things that don't line up with the government. You can apply it to anybody that disagrees with the government stance, whether it be the war in Palestine or the alphabet community, anything the government is supporting. If you don't agree with it, again, this is like 1984, right? If you don't agree with it, man, they could do shit to you, man. It says this is a very dangerous precedent if it happens. Right? It says Tommy has an Irish passport through his Irish mother and is fully entitled to use it. The Times O'Connell Hugh describes how the Irish Department of Foreign Affairs is now considering Tommy's eligibility after he was detained in Canada in June over alleged immigration offences. Truly shocking developments. Blah, 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 right? So this is what they're talking about. Taking man's, citizenship, his identity, or, he's, away from you or anybody that they deem, that don't toe the line. Right? And I say, I'm not sticking up for this dude. He's just a fucking agent anyway. What happens to him is irrelevant. He's just an agent, right? He's working for the system, causing all this bullshit to happen. But, it can be applied to anybody who they deem, unfit. Anyone they say, look, man, no, you come up against the status quo, yeah, we can do X, Y, and Z to you. And that's why the whole MOTB system is important, man, because you're gonna be blacklisted for shit, right? Like China's social credit system, man. You can be blocked from doing certain shit, moving in certain places, purchasing certain things, right? That's the MOTB system without the MOTB. Just going off facial recognition and all that type of shit. But Esau is planning to put C-hips in people, right? And you ain't gonna need your passport. Your passport's gonna be relevant. Okay, the passport is gonna be in your hand. Your identity and your credentials, whether or not you can go to this place or that place. But like I said, they're doing it in reaction to the things that are happening, as if to say this is gonna help. This is gonna they do something righteous, something good by going after these types of dudes. But if they can go after these types of dudes, they can go after any type of dude that doesn't toe the government line. It's Revelation chapter 13, verse 11. Says, and I behold another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. Right, so these governments that are in power, whether it be left or right, red or blue, whatever the case may be, right? These are all working toward the same goal, the same agenda. They're being ruled by the ruling elite, right? And so they aim towards the same agenda, the same goal. Doesn't matter, right? They're all bought and paid for, right? So he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon, right? And they're speaking more draconian every day. Everything that happens, every next thing that happens, they're bringing in more severe things, more restrictive things, right? And passing it in their law, right? They want to deal harsher with dissent, right? People that don't agree with government, And so, like I said, they use these rioters because you would, these rioters are fucking up your cities and shit like that. Of course, you're gonna bring down harsh laws against them. Of course, you would. But because of the broadness of what they put into law and how they go about it, it can be applied to anybody at the right time. You don't have to be. You can be associated. With doing something, and we know they're setting up all these things, man, to really oppress the people and really to go after us. Okay, the brothers that are on the streets teaching this truth, right? Because we are anti this world, right? Anti these governments, right? And everything they're trying to bring in, we're against it. We know they're trying to attack this truth. They're trying to get the men off the street, in the prison somewhere. That's what they really want. So these things can all apply to any of us, even though we're not doing anything of any note in terms of like, doing any harm or anything like that. We're just simply speaking the truth out of the scriptures, but they can apply it to us, right? So they're going to speak more like dragons in these latter days. And like I said, you're seeing it, man. And they're setting up the scenarios to bring in, this type of stuff, So that was that one. Let's go this one, right? It's on the BBC. Misogyny, right? To be treated as extremism. Now, that's extreme. that's a jump right there, right? By UK government. Extremism, right? Extreme misogyny will be treated as a form of extremism. Where's the definition of these things, right? What is extreme misogyny? Under new government plans, the Home Office has said Yvette Cooper, the Home Secretary, has ordered a review of the UK's counter-extremism strategy, right, to determine how best to tackle threats posed by harmful ideologies, right? So it started off with misogyny. You see how quickly it just turned a corner right there? It started off with misogyny, right? And now it's talking about harmful ideologies, so of ideologies of any type. You see how quickly that changed, right? But women are vulnerable and they're being attacked and they need more protection, So it sounds like, oh yeah, they're trying to protect women, yeah, because men are dangerous, predators and all this shit, right? And all of a sudden we're not talking about women no more. We're talking about harmful ideologies of any type. It's just the way to do things, man. Okay, the serpent is more subtle than any beast in the field, right? So in the name of one thing, they're doing other things, right? So the analysis will look at hatred of women. Is that even a thing? Like, because the people they're going to be speaking about is a very fucking small minority of people on the planet, right? The loser class of the world, right? That's who they're referencing to, right? Anyway, so the analysis will look at hatred of women as one of the ideological trends that the government says is gaining traction. Or that's a big global threat. Crazy, right? Ms. Cooper said that there has been a rise in extremism, both online and on our streets, that phrase the very fabric of our communities and our democracy. Oh, so threatening. The review will look at the rise of Islamist and far-right extremism in the UK. So again, under the guise of protecting women, and now it's about Islamists and far-right extreme groups in the UK, right? It says, as well as wider ideological trends, including extreme misogyny or beliefs which fit into broader categories such as violence. So violence is an ideology, isn't it? Okay, all right. I didn't know that people out here just, worshipping violence. Although, but then again, you got like the firms, is the football hooligan factions, and I guess that's like a religion to them, isn't it? Right? Broader categories such as violence. It will also look at the causes and conduct of radicalization of young people. Ms. Cooper said the strategy would map and monitor extremist trends to work out how to disrupt, divide people away from them. Right. So you pick up the Bible now. It's a masculine book, right? Women don't have authority. Women don't have rights. Women are to serve their husbands, right? Women are to dress modestly, right? Bear children, right? Love their husbands. They're all things that this world hates. They hate the idea of this typical traditional woman that the scripture sets out, because that's how women of not too long ago were like. Let's be honest, not too long ago, most women were like this, that that behaved like you find in the scriptures. But this world say, oh, that was oppressive. The men were oppressing women. That's why. No, that was the role and nature they were set up to do by the Heavenly Father. That was their role in the earth. Right? They're not here to rule over people, right? They're not here for that. They're here for children, to bear children, man. Right? Take care of the house. That's what they're here for. Not to be our fucking competitors, competing with men. Like, what the fuck, man? He's not here for all of that. But society's become soft and it's become easy, right? Women, because it's become soft and easy, women women are able to have a place in this world in terms of work and all that kind of stuff. And, you know, Esau's provided a way for them. Satan has provided a way for them, right? And got them on this corporate fucking ladder. And all of a sudden, these women don't need fucking men no more, right? And they're acting all fucking out of character and all kind of crazy. And men just sit there and just like accept that and like, oh no, we still love women. They're fine the way they are. No, they're fucking crazy, man. They're fucking crazy, right? And there's great incompatibility going on, right? Yeah, you know, like incompatibility in terms of like having actual proper lasting relationships that actually mean something. Yeah, now everyone just fucking and sucking everywhere. All kinds of adultery going on. You know, all this liberalness that you've given these women it's caused a great fucking mess, right? But back here, kind of went on a tangent a little bit, I guess. But back here, it says yeah. So the Bible, yeah, this will be deemed a book that is oppressive and hateful against women, right? So they're gonna well, we know they want to. But are they gonna ban the Bible and the teachings there? They really don't want you to speak about certain things, you know. But it exists, isn't it? So what are you gonna do about it? But anyway, it says it will also identify any gaps in existing policy which need to be addressed to crack down on those pushing harmful and hateful beliefs and violence. She said, right? Who are you talking about? I do think they mentioned these incels. I think, if I remember correctly. Yeah, here it is down there. Right, so Ms. Cooper said that action against extremism has been badly hollowed out in recent years. The work will inform a new counter-extremism strategy which has promised in Labour's manifesto. See, like, well, wait, let's vote Labour because fucking Conservatives are fucking shit up. Well, look what Labour's doing. It's the same fucking creature, man. The left and the right, it don't fucking matter. It's part of the same man. It's part of the same beast, man. Right? And they're gonna bring in this bullshit. Skip that. Skip that. It says this is also not the first time the government has considered misogyny as a form of extremism. For some years, there has been concern around incel culture, right? That's the loser class of society, right? An online movement of mainly young men who describe themselves as involuntarily celibate, right? Meaning they can't get no panache, right? None at all. As hard as they try, they cannot, right? No one likes them. There's a reason, because you're fucking weirdos, right? And it says, okay, they call themselves involuntary celibate and blame women and alpha males for their problems. Like, come on, man. But this group of people, like, they're a minority on the earth, man. Are you really gonna set so much time and attention on these dudes? You know, all it is, you know, these you know, these guys remind me of like the Jeffrey Dahmers of this world and all that kind of stuff, right? You know, these crazy people that have just been given a voice online, so now they're just talking shit, they're blaming everybody, and yeah, you watch them, innit? You know, maybe you might put them on a fucking watch list, but you make a whole fucking legislation out of it, and you know, making you being able to apply it to anybody that says anything negative against a woman or something. That's mad. Nah, just lock these guys up, man. They're obviously crazy, innit? Got murderous intent. You know what I'm saying? Psychopathic. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, get those guys, innit? Man, don't make no legislation for population in general, men in general, and just like, yo, you know, he said something negative, so you know we're gonna brush him. We're gonna paint him with the same fucking brush. You know, he ain't no fucking incel. He's just got views and opinions that people don't like. What's the problem? You don't have to have an opinion. You know, I thought this was democracy. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Oh, here we go. Here's a reason why. A mass shooting in Plymouth in 2021 by a 20-year-old Jake Davison who killed 5 people before fatally shooting himself was linked to incel ideology. Ooh. They're just crazy people, man. Like, Why just treat them how you would treat any other fucking crazy criminal or whatever the case may be? You know, someone that is, you know, unhinged. You know what I'm saying? You got, I mean, there's no need for new legislation. What for? At the time, no further policy action was taken, but incidents like that one, and also the rise of social media influencers such as Andrew Tate, a self-proclaimed misogynist, which I don't think he did self-proclaim that. I think he's always kind of refuted that, but whatever, I don't care. May have pushed the new government to think again, right? Because what? Because Andrew Tate goes around, I don't know, murdering women or something. What's the issue here? Like, we know he's an agent too, and we know he's set out here to cause fucking friction between the you know, between men and women and all that kind of shit. We know that, but like, he himself, what is he doing? That's all he's doing. He's living his fucking life, man. He getting panache. He you know, supposedly he's got money. Supposedly, you know, he on the fucking payroll, but you know, he himself like isn't doing none of that shit. So what are you gonna get him for? Because these because he's because these incels, they're mad. You know, they're just mad. They're just mad. It's like I remember when Eminem, you know, first dropped his albums out, right? And people were doing some mad shit after listening to it, and he was getting blamed for all kinds of shit, right? But it's just, you know, that was his music, isn't it? Like, not like he was going around doing that shit, you know. But he was getting, I think he was getting sued and shit or whatever, or getting blamed for whatever. It's like, bro, we all listen to it, but not everybody has to react like these crazy people. They're crazy. They're just crazy, man. You know, they're just crazy people, right? But like, everybody that listened to it didn't go out there and start, you know, doing the shit they, you know, speaking about on the fucking record, man. Because that would be fucking absurd. You know, people, these types of people are not fucking connected to reality. You know what I'm saying? They're in a fucked up place, man. They need help. they need therapy, man. They need actual help. You know, man should be in a what do they call them place? A retreat, man, and rehab. Yeah, just, you know, needs to go to rehab. That's it. You know, rehabilitate these dudes, man. Get them some panache. You know, and tell it, you know, teach them how to talk to women and shit. But yeah, but you know, these men want to make up whole fucking legislations and make it extreme, like turn it into extremism. So anybody that says anything negative, that they can get done by it too. Fucking shit's crazy. This is Isaiah 10 verse 1 says, "Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees and write grievousness which they have prescribed." Man, there's nothing but grievousness, man. Because they say we speak against these women that are fucking hoes and shit, and you know, that ain't acting right. You know, don't mean we're gonna go around there, go around looking for them and bash them over the head or some shit. It's just the truth, man. They're acting like hoes, man. You know, they're not respectable women, but they want to be respected. You know, they can't happen. It can't work, right? But you know, they're being protected to act that way because this is what the system does. It protects wickedness and disorder. You know, rebelliousness. That's what it protects this world, right? It says, no, that's what I really wanted. Right. So yeah, they're decreeing unrighteous decrees or trying to right grievousness. Right. That's what they're doing. I wanted to mention this one. Back on that passport thing. Micah 2 verse 1. So woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it's in the power of their hands, right? So again, they have the power to pass all these legislations and change all these laws and do all this fucking mad shit, right? Verse 2 said, they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage, right? They're looking to oppress everybody, man. They're going to take all your shit away from you. The WF don't want you to own anything, right? Not even a fucking Snicker bar, you know what I'm saying? The man I said, like, no, you've had your sugar intake today. You can't have a Snickers bar. You know, you're too much sugar, right? Too much meat. Yeah, you're on a local, you're on a fucking cockroach diet now. These men are mad, right? They want to oppress people, right? They want to take away your identity. They want you to hold this one central database thing, and then, you know what I mean? They don't want you to travel. Come on, man. Right? But this is what they're plotting and scheming. right? And then, like I said, they're creating all these situations to make an excuse as to why they're having to bring these things in, right? During the pandemic, you couldn't go nowhere because you'd be spreading the fucking the CV. Now we got this Mpox thing we're meant to be all scared about. That's gonna be the next one, but it's not airborne. Yeah. I mean, I'm just waiting to see how that's gonna develop, but I don't know. They're trying to do something, but we just have to wait and see what that is. But they're doing all this shit to have reason to bring these oppressive and righteous decrees in, man. So therefore thus saith the Lord, behold, against this family do I devise an evil from which ye shall not remove your necks, neither shall you go haughtily, for this time is evil. We're heading into evil times, man. Okay, with Satan at the wheel, man, it was only a matter of time. All right. This is Jeremiah 31 verse 22. It says, how long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter? For the Lord have created a new thing in the earth. A woman should compass a man, right? So again, with this whole misogyny thing, man, it's like they've put women in such a position, man, that men really are fucking powerless to do fuck all in this world right now. All power has been taken away from the average male, right, and given to all these crazy ass women, man. That's just an imbalance that should never exist. There's a disturbance in the force, man. It's unbalanced, man. It's out here trying to oppress men, like, and using these small minority crazy ass men as a reason to do that. It's mad. Like, we're all the same. Let me come back here. Alright, so last article I had here, talking about the prisons here in England, right? Again, they were talking about it because of the riots and them having to put extra guys in the prison because of the riots, right? But there's no space, so they're gonna do some next, revolutionary idea of how to deal with this, right? So let's read some of this, right? It's from The Guardian. England prison overcrowding emergency measures come into force. Ministers activate Operation Early Dawn. They like their names, right? It says allowing defendants to be held in police cells as sentenced over riots, right? So you could be staying at the police station for longer, right? So them men are gonna double up. Them men are getting overworked already. They're gonna double up as prison guards. Making sure you're fed and watered. Men got better things to do, right? I bet they're not going to pay them more. Right, it says ministers have activated emergency measures to ease prison overcrowding as more rioters are sentenced for their role in a recent unrest. Long-standing measures known as Operation Early Dawn allow defendants to be held in police cells until prison beds become available, and could mean that their court dates are delayed or adjourned at short notice. That could be a long fucking time. You're waiting for guys to get. Well, I know they want to release certain guys out, right? But that you could be waiting a long time for that. They could be in that police cell for a time, and it. The system was activated on Monday morning. It means some defendants across the north of England waiting for a court appearance will be kept in police cells until prison space is available. The government said that its action to tackle violent thuggery on our streets had exacerbated long-standing capacity issues in our prisons, right? It's been well known that prisons have been overflowed, right? Overcrowded. James Simpson, the prison minister, said, we inherited a justice system in crisis and exposed to shocks. As a result, we have been forced into making difficult but necessary decisions to keep it operating. He said the emergency measures would help manage the pressure felt in some parts of the country. He added that anyone who posed a risk to the public will not be bailed, and police's ability to arrest criminals will not be affected. All right, I got a nice little graph here, right, to show you that in a picture, It says we are working closely with criminal justice system partners to manage demand in the system and ensure that the public is safe. Policing will continue to arrest anybody that they need to in order to keep the public safe. including policing protests and events and ensuring people are arrested as expected. Right? So, like I said, these brushes that they're stroking are very broad, right? And said it's coming in place because of these violent riots, right? Because yeah, you need to deal with it in that way. But any type of protest, they can just do that now. They will when the time comes, you know. They will when the time comes, man. They ain't gonna care the reason why you're out there, right? Let's see. Mark Fairhurst, the national chair of the Prison Officers Association, said on Sunday that the measure risk clogging up police cells and blaming rioters for increased pressure on the prisons, right? Because that's actually what would happen. The pinch points at the moment are the northeast and northwest. That's where a lot of shit's gonna happen. It's happening, right? So it's likely that if you commit an offense in those areas, you'll be carted 100 to 200 miles. Oh, yeah, I'm sure they're supposed to say that. 100 to 200 miles away from home to serve your sentence because there's simply fewer spaces. Man, it's gonna cart you around, man. And so yeah, they're looking to let certain men out to accommodate new guys, right? So the Justice Secretary Shabana Mahmood announced plans to cut the proportion of the sentence inmates must serve behind bars from 50 to 40%. So they're shortening the sentences. Some guys, right? The temporary move, which does not apply to those convicted of sex offences, terrorism, domestic abuse, or some violent offences, is expected to result in 5,500 offenders being released in September and October. Similar thing was going on, or is going on, in America. Man are getting released on bail while they're waiting for a court date. So their man just out there roaming and doing what the fuck they want to do until the court date. But everything there is slow. Like all these systems that we are currently using are fucking clogged up. They're slow. They're inefficient. Right? It's taking ages to do anything. Right? So these men are just roaming around. You know, no matter what crime it is they may have done, they're just allowed to roam around because there's no space to hold them. You know, so you got fucking violent criminals walking around. You know, doing more fucking crazy shit. You know, and so again, this is going to be another reason to bring in harsher laws, harsher regulations, you know, to come at things, you know, with more force, right? Esau is creating situations where you kind of understand why they becoming more draconian, more harsh. So you kind of sympathize with it because they're making you know, this place hell for everybody else. So you kind of sympathize. In a way, you're gonna kind of agree. You're gonna agree. You're gonna agree to all these things, like what they're doing. You're gonna agree to it, and that's why when the MLTB comes, man, you're gonna agree to that too. You know, but don't be deceived, man. The Esau is just trapping you, using these situations to trap you into making that decision. You know, he's the one behind it, or he's the reason why it's happening. You know. So I want to close out with this now. 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11. So lest Satan should get an advantage of us, we are not ignorant of his devices, right? His plans, his schemes, right? We know what his end goal is, man, and everything that's happening is to achieve that end goal. Esau wants to get you C-hipped to take his MLTB, right? And to have all you like, use something from Alex Jones and like make this world a prison planet. Because he's gonna enslave everybody using that MLTB. You know, he's gonna have the greatest amount of control he's ever had over people. You know, and that's what he's looking for. But yeah, that's how things are developing anyway. So I just wanted to bring that out. Lord, it's been edifying, and I'll catch you brothers and sisters on the next video. So till next time, I say shalom.